It's that special time of the summer, Cart. You know what I'm talking about?
What is it?
It's NBA player camp time.
Oh
Yeah. Yep.
no.
Yep. Historically, we've had the Chris Paul camp. Sleepers historians would remember the infamous battle of AJ Hoggard at the Chris Paul camp, where I I mean, wasn't the report he came back with a new body and he was out
Um,
DeMar
I,
DeRozan?
I will never forgive DeMar DeRozan for getting stripped by AJ Hogarth on film. And I mean never. It did insurmountable damage to my mental health.
In hindsight, obvious that DeMar was a Kendrick guy. More on that later. Anyways,
Okay.
right now we have Fletcher Loyer at the Jayson Tatum camp. I assume I don't know this. I should know this. The Jayson Tatum camp is the premier like small forward camp in the summer. There's a bunch of these positional camps where NBA players host it, and then the best college players at each position are invited. And there's a lot of drill work, there's scrimmage work. It's just a good all around engagement experience and good basketball being played as well. Fletcher Loyer is a participant at the Tatum Elite Camp. And Cart, we got some video, my friend. We got some video. This is from John Chepkovich at John Chep on Twitter, who does scouting for draftexpress.com. There is like 31 seconds of video from Fletch, and here's his words. Purdue's Fletcher Loyer showcased his scoring chops at the Tatum Elite Camp, provided valuable floor spacing, got to his mid range spots, quickly attacking off the catch with good pace out of hesitations, creative angles, soft touch, goofy foot finishes at the rim. If you watch the video,
Goofy foot, sorry.
we're going to talk about that. If you watch the video, Fletch is hooping. I'll give him that for sure. He's hooping. He's just getting buckets. Very creative looking buckets. Fade away, off the dribble, off the move, contested, just getting buckets. He's hooping. It was a little goofy. Your thoughts on this? Does this matter at all? Do you buy this as a sign of a breakout season for Fletcher Loyer?
This doesn't matter to me, but also it doesn't matter. Like the video doesn't matter that much to me in this sense. Like Fletch is Fletch. Fletch is good. This is the thing where people go too far negatively on Fletch. Like I think you need to just kind of accept that Fletch is Fletch. And Fletch is a guy that's going to average double digits, and Fletch is a guy that's going to shoot 40% from three. A lot of teams will take that. Fletcher started a lot of big games. Fletcher's had a lot of big games. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let a a guard a guard elite camp open run scrimmage basically sway me one way or the other on like where we go to like, oh, is Fletcher Loyer an elite guard? What is he this or that? I just think that Fletch is what Fletch is. I think there is some things that he could do that would improve his game. I think changing his body would definitely be one of them. Good move on him by wearing long sleeves at this elite camp for sure. But the thing is, like everything Fletch did in this video, I think he does it in the season. And yes, it was working. I believe it was Joe Jackson who said the percentage he shot on floaters and takes and things like that, which is a pretty high percentage for his given his frame. But the thing that matters to me is that I don't know if this is the type of stuff that translates because he's going to be driving into guard or driving into big men, right? Driving into big players like and stronger players, not driving into guards and things like that and open runs at an elite camp. Now, like I said, there was some good stuff in here, and I think that Fletch gets a little bit too much hate from even his own fan base in Purdue. But I'm not gonna be tricked by this. I refuse to be.
Yeah. What do you mean by like tricked by this? I'm not gonna be tricked by this. What does that mean?
The Fletcher's still Fletcher.
Is that like a bad thing?
No, it's not. That's the thing.
So
That's where I'm coming from. Like it's like I'm not saying he's not improved. He's not going to improve, but I'm saying Fletch is just Fletch, and that's fine.
okay. So you're just saying it's not an indication that there's a different version of Fletcher coming.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying desperately to find the full list of invites for the Tatum Elite Camp, by the way. Have you seen this anywhere?
I know most of the guys. Like R.J. Davis was there, Sion James,
Oh,
Canupul.
I found it.
Yeah, there's a
It's
lot of them.
Here's the list of college players at the Jayson Tatum Elite Camp. Isaiah Evans of Duke, AJ Storr at Kansas, Jaden Ross at UConn, Cameron Carr at Tennessee, John Pulakidis at Yale, one of my favorite hoopers. Fletcher Loyer, Purdue, Mila Momcilovic, Iowa State, Adut Diero, Arkansas, Dalen Swain from Xavier, Peyton Sanford, Iowa, Drake Powell, Carolina, Jaron Stevenson, Bama, Con Knupel from Duke, and Rylan Griffin from Kansas. That's an interesting group. It's an interesting group because there's a lot of guys I wouldn't consider Fletcher Loyer's position at all. And then like Fletch, I don't know if there's a shooting guard camp. I probably would have sent Fletch to that and not the small forward one that Adut Diero's at. But hey, do you? What I will say is this: he looked good. He's hooping. That's great.
And
I'm a
he is
fan.
good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of all of that. Uh, the John Chepkovich video. It's a good video, right? It's giving you everything you need to see from the video. John has about 8 of these videos up from players in the last 2 days. Like he's just covering this. So I'm sure he is picking out the players he thinks look good or are worthy of a video. But like hits Jaland Lowe turned some heads at the CP3 Elite Camp. RJ Davis video. Sion James from Duke video. Fletcher Loyer. AJ Storr got a video right after Fletch. Drake Powell got a video right after Fletch. So like this wasn't like, oh my God, Fletch turned so many heads. Wow. This was like there's people in the gym there to cover the players that are there, and Fletcher's there. So the video's good. The tape is good. I mostly am right where you are on this. Like, you need to appreciate Fletch for what he is. This is what Fletch is. He's a bucket getter. He's not just a shooter. He's been asked to be just a shooter because he played next to a generational big and a dominant ball pass first point guard. Like he's been asked to stand in the corner and catch and shoot for the most part. He's very good at that. Maybe there will come a time in his Purdue career where he's asked to do a little more on the ball. Maybe it's this year, and he clearly can do that. He also like he's not gonna change, I don't think. Like I don't think he's ever gonna be a better defender. I don't think he's ever gonna really put on serious muscle. You saw the video; he's hooping in a long sleeve white shirt. Smart move as a guy
Good
who
move.
as a guy who never went to the weight room. That's a good move. That's what I do. I still do that. I hoop in long sleeve white shirts. But yeah, like he's been able to do this. We know he's been capable of contested shot making. He looked really good. I'm happy for him. I agree though. Don't draw any major conclusions from this other than he was hooping. Good for him.
Yeah, good. I mean, he's good. Fletcher's good. Like my last thing on this. There was a lot of teams that would kill to have Fletcher Loyer in their backcourt, right? I don't think Purdue fans should, and I don't mean this because I know I hate to tell fans how to act, and I hate to tell fans how to feel about certain players on their team. Like maybe just accept Fletch for Fletch and stop trying to fight the battle that Fletcher's like one of these like Fletcher's a top 5 shooting guard in the country. He's not. He just isn't. And that's okay. That is fine.
Yeah. Also, like it's great that a Draft Express employee is like reporting on Fletch. I want to say unequivocally clear, there's a 0% chance Fletcher Loyer gets drafted.
No, no chance.
Is that harsh? Because I've always compared him to Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy got drafted, right?
Kyle Guy was head and shoulders above Fletcher Loyer.
But could Fletch get there by the time he's done?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick to that. 0% chance he gets drafted.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. We love you, Fletch.
Fine.
We love you, Fletch. Car, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. You know, honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when, like, you know, their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems. There were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.